Peaches, it's Shaaba. Welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another video. Today we are going old school. We are going to be taking a look at some of your unpopular opinions. Am I making unpopular opinions too deep? Probably. But I'd love the main takeaways to be everybody has different opinions and it's okay to not like the same things. Shall we get on with it? Okay, the first one, I cannot tell you how many times this popped up. I really didn't expect this to still be a thing that is debated in 2022. I think it's not even an unpopular opinion anymore because people just are okay with it. You should be okay with it. I love pineapple on pizza. Let the pineapple on pizza people be. Let the PPPs be. Peanut butter. Speaking of peanut butter is gross. Okay, I do think this is maybe a little bit unpopular. Normally it's that crunchy is the best. That's what I'd expect to see an unpopular opinion, but to not like peanut butter at all, it's okay, we can still be friends. I guess you're excused if you have a peanut allergy. Mayonnaise is awful. I feel like a lot of people love mayo. For me, mayonnaise has to come with very particular dishes. Like if I'm eating a pepperoni pizza, I have to have mayonnaise and ketchup on my plate for it to be the optimum pizza experience. But the one thing that I will say, and I don't mean to put people off mayonnaise, I'm just sharing, it kind of freaks me out how if you leave mayonnaise over time, it goes like this weird glazed yellowy colour. It kind of looks like a blob of plastic. Like it just doesn't look like something that should be eaten. It freaks me out, okay? I know that there's some scientific reason. I don't know what the scientific reason is. Even after like just 2 hours, if you've been watching a movie and you see the mayonnaise on the plate, you're like, ew, I put that in my body. So maybe there's something to your not liking mayonnaise, but I still eat it. Family Guy is very overrated. Like there's some of it that's funny, but the racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, etc. jokes are just too prominent in the show. I haven't watched Family Guy in the longest time. The only time that I watch Family Guy is typically when like I'm in a hotel room, I can't be bothered to sign into my Netflix or I don't remember my password or whatever, and it just happens to be on as late night TV. And I feel like because it's late night TV, it's more controversial than the others, or maybe because it's so controversial it's late night TV. I don't remember there being anti-Semitic jokes or racist jokes. I do remember there being some ableist jokes and some anti-LGBT plus jokes. Personally, I don't think I've seen it being worse than The Simpsons. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. But I'm a very poor person to judge. What do you think, my loves? Is that an unpopular opinion? Do you love Family Guy? Is it significantly worse than things like The Simpsons? Sleeping with socks is superior. I am a full nudist, if I had my choice, by day and by night. I do not like clothes. Actually, I do like socks. Isn't that so weird? At nighttime, I don't like to wear anything, but during the day, if I had to wear something, it would be socks. So I do agree that socks are superior, but not in bed. No. I just feel like my little tootsies would get like really sweaty and nobody wants a sweaty tootsie. I never thought I'd say that. Being irresponsible on purpose isn't funny. For example, drinking more than you know you should, etc, etc. This is an interesting one. I don't like alcohol, so I don't like it when people get ridiculously drunk and they're like, oh, look at me, I got a cone. Actually, the cone on the head is kind of funny. River Medway made the cone on the head a great thing. That's a terrible example. I don't like it when people are super drunk, they can't control their emotions. I don't find it funny. But I also appreciate that if it's someone's vice and you're not doing it very often and you are only like, can you just keep the control and your behavior to yourself? I don't know. I agree with your unpopular opinion, but I guess the irony is I'm like, am I trying to play devil's advocate because I know it's an unpopular opinion? I hate chocolate ice cream with a passion. Whoa, that is strong language. Did something happen? I love chocolate ice cream. I can't be mad at chocolate ice cream. I used to dislike strawberry ice cream and then I started liking strawberry ice cream and that's when I realized I was getting old. I thought back to all of the things that I used to hate as a kid. Olives, hummus. I don't know why those are the ones that particularly come to mind. Asparagus, avocados, strawberry ice cream, and now I'm like, I love this. Like a strawberry milkshake from McDonald's. School exams are an unfair judge of ability. Can you tell my exams are coming up? Best of luck with your exams, my love. And you know what? I actually agree with you. I think this is quite an unpopular opinion, mostly because people don't really think about it. And I think a lot of people are like, well, I went through it, so you should go through it too. But the reality is just because you suffered something that was unfair doesn't make it fair to then make other people suffer it. Like we should be breaking that chain. And I've advocated for the longest time that exams based on memory mostly suck. They are not a test of your ability. They are not a test of your skill to apply knowledge to practical situations, which is literally what we do day in, day out at work. I much prefer the idea of coursework. I much prefer the idea of case studies. But I will say I also think that take-home exams are a pile of shit. They never work. People totally cheat all the time, like by talking to other people and doing it in groups. It's just all round a bad idea. Because I still think that exams should be on your ability, not that of a team. Children's shows are for everyone. Yeah. I like children's shows, and I don't think it should be stigmatized if you like children's shows. One of my favorite throwback shows is Hannah Montana. I've watched it at least 3 times, sporadically, not fully through, but as an adult. I think it's really cool. Is that because I have a parasocial relationship with Miley Cyrus? Probably. But it doesn't change the fact that it's a TV show that is made for children that I enjoy. I like Charlie and Lola. I grew up with 6 younger siblings at different stages of life, and so TV shows for children have always been a big part of my life. Now I have nieces and nephews, and I can totally dig the appeal. Whenever I miss my sisters, I'd put on Charlie and Lola because it just made me feel like they were there. They're primarily for kids. Let's break this stigma right now. If you have a children's show that you particularly love, pop the name of it downstairs. I will watch it. I probably already have. Who knows? Oh, don't get me started on the moon, the bear, and the big blue hat. Okay. Restaurants are the worst. I hate random people seeing me shovel food into my mouth. I am autistic. I feel you. And I'm sure your reasons for why are different to my reasons. Okay, I wouldn't say they're the worst, but I don't particularly like restaurants. People think I'm really weird, but I much prefer the idea of a takeaway at a house, whether it be mine or someone else's, or even cooking, because I just don't like the pressure of dressing up and sitting there. It just feels like a bit of a facade, and being around so many other people with their little scrapey sounds and their eating noises and people watching you, and servers like literally waiting like they want to get home and I'm taking too long to eat, and then you have to like judge how quickly you're eating compared to your other person there because you have to like order at the same time. Whereas if you have takeaway, you can order like different dishes from even different places if you really want to. And I think we've already established this, I don't like wearing a lot of clothes, and so if I have a takeaway, it means I don't have to dress in fancy clothes, which I particularly like that. I will go to restaurants, especially if it's for like a big occasion or something. I just prefer takeaways. So maybe we don't have the exact same opinion, but I appreciate where your unpopular opinion is coming from. Dumbledore is the true villain. Psh, I think we all know who the true villain is. Speaking of, people shouldn't buy anything related to Harry Potter if they are a true trans ally. This is an interesting one. I'm not sure if this is a totally unpopular opinion anymore, but I wanted to include it anyway because I made a video right at the beginning of JK's initial remarks. I was just explaining that with all art, some people can absolutely love the art and detach meaning from the artist, because when art is then released to the public, it becomes the viewer's ownership. Other schools of thought totally disagree. Both were very valid. Now, especially considering just how far JK has gone to not only unreasonably and horrifically and immorally and discriminatorily and metaphorically shit on trans people, but also so many other minority groups. Just as time has gone on, I think my views have moved on to be more harsh as well, and I would agree. I don't think that there is any way that you can be actively supporting the formal, like the official Harry Potter franchise monetarily and still call yourself a good trans ally. If you're ignorant to it, but somebody says, hey, you know this isn't good and this is why, if you continue to do it, I do think that that's wrong. However, I still maintain, and other people don't, I've had a chat with Jamie about this, and obviously I've taken a lot of his guidance from this too, but we both maintain that it's totally fine to still enjoy Harry Potter as a fictional story if that is something that just means a lot to you, because art, stories, films, pop culture can, as long as you are not actively contributing financially to JK. It's totally possible to only watch the movies that you already have, or to buy things from charity shops so you're buying them second hand, which means no money goes towards JK, and also where you are not promoting it on any kind of public platform, so you're therefore not encouraging other people to do the same. That's the stance that we have. I don't know if it's unpopular, it's just morally where I feel I need to stand. Coffee is yuck. I agree. I don't like coffee. I love the smell of coffee, but I hate the taste of coffee. I don't think I have a very good bitter palate, but coffee is yuck. Apart from the coffee that doesn't taste like coffee, in which case, why are you even coffee? A few great friends are better than being friends with everyone, coming from an introvert, lol. I would agree with you. I think, again, my stance on this has changed the older that I got. I used to value having a number of friends. Now, I'm really happy to say that I have like a number of loose friends, but what I value most are my close friends. They are my chosen family. They're not just friends now. I would absolutely take the company of my nearest and dearest friends than go to a party with like 60 loose friends. Also pointing out though, scientifically there is value in both. Ooh, all Netflix shows suck. If one more person gets mad at me for not seeing Wednesday etc, I might cry. I liked Wednesday. I do think it's a really unpopular opinion to say that you didn't like it. It riles me up a tiny little bit when people say that they don't like things when they haven't seen it. I just don't think that you can judge if you're not making fully informed decisions. I don't agree that all Netflix shows suck, but I see where it's coming from, because so many times I have thought of how popular and dominating Netflix is, and how the things that I watch are solely determined by what Netflix decides to put in front of me. if it wasn't for the top 10 on Netflix, I wouldn't watch easily 70% of things that I do watch. We don't make decisions anymore. Netflix makes them for us in terms of what we watch on TV, and I definitely think that not all of it is fantastic. Can we just use as an example Emily in Paris, which is very easily one of the crappiest TV shows in existence. It's literally known for being crappy, and yet it is on the top 10 for every single series that has come out. I haven't watched the most recent one. I probably will at some point because I know it's crap, but it feels nice also to be part of a wider conversation, to feel that effervescence and to be part of a conversation that isn't mind-numbingly terrifying or to do with politics, but about a stupid American running around France in crazy, ridiculous outfits. 9 p.m. is the peak bedtime. How old are you? My peak bedtime is 12 p.m, she says, when it is 2 hours past that. I'm still making a video, but it doesn't matter. I didn't say I do it every day. I'm saying it's peak for me. Fun fact, if you do those DNA tests, there is, and this is not a spawned video in any way, but there's actually like a peak bedtime based on your DNA. The only thing that I can remember is my peak getting up time is 8:44 a.m, which when I was actually in a really good routine, I was naturally waking up at randomly anyway. Not exactly 8:44, but in that period between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And I always felt really good for it. So take from that what you will. Pepsi is greater than Coke. No, I like them both. In terms of taste, because it's what I grew up with, Pepsi Max over Coke Zero. And I am only talking about the unsugared versions because I don't like the full fat sugared drinks. They coat my teeth funny. I don't like the fact that they count towards my calorie count. Pepsi is equal to or greater than Coke. Oh, here's the next part of it. Cats are greater than dogs. I have to agree. I am definitely more of a cat person than I am a dog person. I don't hate dogs. I do think they're really cute, but I don't think I'd want to own a dog. They're very dependent little floofs, whereas cats are significantly more independent and still provide a whole lot of love. Wearing shoes in the house is unacceptable, which apparently is controversial in the US. I don't follow this rule. Again, because I have said cats. Our carpets are hoovered on a daily basis because they bring in muddy paws and they leave fur all over the place. So whenever we have guests, I'm like, I actually leave it to guests to decide what they want to do. I also would rather not take my shoes off if I was in someone else's house. That's because I like my feet being covered, except for when I'm in bed. I don't like pizza. Ooh, that is an unpopular opinion. I love a good pizza. However, I don't think you're alone, my love. Harry Styles annoys me. I love Harry Styles. I really love his new music, and actually the Harry Styles concert that I went to, Harry's house, was by far the best concert experience I've ever been to. It was incredibly warm, it was incredibly welcoming, it was surprisingly LGBT plus friendly when not going into the whole queer baiting conversation, and I honestly see Harry Styles, particularly in that concert, like it really solidified it for me as like an icon that will be remembered as the likes of David Bowie, Freddie Mercury. Like he was just so iconic as a stage presence, and I think his songs are so popular with today's generation that when we are the age of our parents, he is going to be as classic and infamous as the greats were from the last generation. I think he's really cool. But I respect your opinion. Not everybody has to like the same music, that's totally okay. Should we do one final one? It is fine to set boundaries on what is consumed in your home when hosting. I feel like this is pointing towards one of the or multiple of the Am I the Asshole videos. Here's the thing, babe. You are totally okay to set boundaries on what is consumed in your house when hosting. But at the same time, other people are entitled to not want to come. It's all about autonomy. And if these two things don't work together, but you still want to be in each other's presence, then you have to make a compromise. Sometimes you don't want to cut out people more than you don't want to stick with those values. So I'm not asking you to eat food that you don't want. But my point is, if I run a vegan household and somebody came in with a ham sandwich from a lunch at the train station that they brought on their way to me, I don't have to eat the sandwich. If it distresses you, then fine. You do not have to let them eat the sandwich. But then if they don't want to come, they don't have to do it. I don't think what you said is an unpopular opinion. I just personally feel like it's a very black and white rule, and we're trying to apply it to a lot of contexts that in the majority of cases are not black and white. That's all. But I totally respect any rules that you set in your house. Or maybe respect is the wrong word. Like, oh, no brown people in my house, I wouldn't respect that. But I would definitely comply, because who am I to tell you what to do? I just wouldn't come to your house. Alright, my friends, I think we'll leave it there for today. This is a fun video. I enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'll catch you next time with another video. For now, be kind and have a great day. Bye.